to Something Slight on Kismet Radio. I'm Tara, and I'm here with Qari today at Private Stock.
Hello.
Hi.
Howdy.
Qari is a hip-hop artist from Chicago who recently released his album, Can't Hide Inside, produced by Ari Burns, following his last album, 2022 Stronghold. How are you today? How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I didn't have breakfast, which is crazy.
You did ask me if I had breakfast, so I was wondering where you were going with that.
I was hoping you would ask me if I had breakfast.
I'm so sorry. Did you have breakfast?
I didn't have breakfast.
That's so sad. It's too late now. It's lunchtime.
No, it's okay. It feels cool. I feel mellow, and I ate a heavy dinner, so I think that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think skip out.
Cool.
So I feel good.
Well, before we get into the conversation, let's hear some music. This is a throwback from you, Pants from Japan.
I got pants from Japan. I got fans in the stands. Fake friends shake hands. Real friends money dance. Stop sign niggas scram. Red light niggas skirt. We ain't never been friends. It ain't never been worth it. God level my circuit. I'm high as heaven on purpose. I fuck a bitch on purpose. I might get rich on purpose. I write a hit on purpose. If it ain't working, keep working. Clockwork, keep it coming. Adopt the niggas, Mr. Drummond. Different strokes, Moody's hundreds. Don't talk about it, nigga, run it. Stun it, run through my family. Hustle, run through my family. And I'll put that on my granny. Had that purple on the west side. Y'all don't really understand me. Now I'm feeling like Don Juan. Magic, smoking that dope like an addict. Sipping that lean on my talent. Pull up an 8 out the cabinet. Alice keep chasing. Yeah, hey, you can't rewind time, it's not tape. Yeah, hey, you can't rewind time, it's not VHS tape. Temporary blindness, I was flying out of bait. Adjusting to the climate on the side of the equator. So much on my plate when I shifted this quake. Staring at the lake, I think it's time to drop a tape. You can't rewind time, it ain't tape. To school, I was late, I was smoking white grape. Okay, trying to stun my growth, but I'm Qari F, baby. The F is for effervescent, it's champagne for every breakfast. Y'all trading stories, but let's set the record a little straighten. The difference between chess and checkers, kings and pawns, puppets I can string along. Reach my arms, teach where all the creatures crawl. Keep the leeches off, get the speeches off. Ultrasound, cause I see through all.
We just heard the first track from Can't Hide Inside, Tape. Okay, so this song is fire though, because you open it with You Can't Rewind Time, It's Not Tape, which is like really, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a crazy line to open.
Yeah, it is a crazy line to open a project with. I think it speaks to the fact that I'm always like in the process of thinking about something. You know? Like it's just like mid thought. That's something that I would say to myself kind of randomly. I don't know what inspired that. I wish I remembered, like what made me say that. But I think the music itself has some aspects of like a tape, like skipping or something, or like has this
Like the whole album?
No, just like well, like that song.
Oh, okay.
Like when it opens, there's kind of like some like it kind of skips a beat. Yeah, I think just wanting to go back in time. I'm a very reflective person in general.
Yeah, and, we've had a lot of good conversations. So you know.
Yeah, like I tend to like be retrospective in general, and I think it's something I'm trying to do less of, just a little bit.
Why?
Because I strive to be present, in a way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not that big of a deal, but sometimes it can be. Especially if I'm like trying to portray a perspective.
Are you an overthinker?
I don't believe in that shit. I think people don't. I think people don't think enough.
That's real.
Yeah, I don't think people think enough.
Yeah.
I think I'm forced to overthink because of how little thinking
that everyone else is doing. Yeah. But I feel like I'm also an overthinker, so it makes me very introspective. That's the only thing I was getting at.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I could sit and think, but I also like started practicing meditation a lot when I was like younger.
Yeah.
And I really like sitting and just people, trying not to think. I guess is what I'm doing when I'm meditating.
Right.
I guess it's good for me. So
Yeah.
maybe I do overthink. I don't know.
Well, what else do you like? How else do you remain present? Like, what else do you do to remain present?
Practicing. That's a good question.
Okay, I stumped you.
Yeah, you kind of stunned me. It's very easy.
I mean,
I think I have ADHD.
Okay.
Like I think I do. I don't know. I've never like taken I've never asked a psychiatrist because I think they give you pills and shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah.
So I don't feel the need to ask. But a lot of people self-diagnose. I know that's kind of the vibe right now.
Right.
So I'm not trying to do all that, but I just think I can be compulsive and like I tend to go. I like to go because I don't like to leave things behind. I don't like to leave thoughts behind. I write so I can keep up with something.
Yeah.
But I don't write enough. I try to hold myself accountable to it.
Yeah.
So everything, I'm consciously thinking about being present most of the time.
Okay.
I know that's the most.
Even when you're writing.
Yeah.
Because it's like I feel like writing is very reflective, Mm-hmm. So, I mean.
Well, that's another thing. When you're writing, that to me is like something else is happening with time.
Okay.
It's not so linear.
Right.
It's not like, yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're not strictly thinking about the past.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you like to call yourself an observer first and an artist second.
Yeah, that's a nod to like this like science to me, I think.
Okay.
Like first you have to see something.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. I think like in general, making art is about telling people what you're seeing. Telling the world or showing what you're seeing.
Yeah.
Showing perspective. So like I have to see something. I have to look and I have to analyze what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I just feel like, I mean, you're probably one of my favorite rappers in Chicago. I mean, your pen is crazy.
I appreciate that.
I say that to you every time though.
I appreciate
you know
you
that.
saying that. Sometimes I'm
Yeah.
like, is she mean that for real?
No,
like,
yeah, I don't really fuck with things like that. So like if I fuck with it, then
I do
I'm
know that.
Yeah,
That's something
so
we've
it's-
always bonded on.
Yeah,
it's low key
so,
not
you
fucking
know.
with.
Yeah. So like if I fuck with it, I'm not gonna lie because I would just not say anything. Anyway.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I like it because it just feels like a glimpse into your head. It's like a journal entry. It's like stream of consciousness. It's,
I'm glad that reads because sometimes I'm like, does this make sense? But I appreciate that.
But it doesn't but that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't have to always, but it's still like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the,
You be like rapping in circles or something.
I like that. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Yeah. That sends me on a tangent that I'm not gonna go on right now.
No, go ahead.
It makes me think of this book I read when I was a teenager, Circles by Ralph Waldo Emerson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, like, is that like a college kid thing? Is that a thing? Like,
I don't know. I don't think I've read that one.
Do people talk about Ralph Waldo? Is
I
he
mean-
hot in these streets? Is Ralph Waldo hot? I don't know.
I'm not
but,
sure.
I read this book by Ralph Waldo Emerson called Circles, and that shit changed my life. And it was interesting writing. It's bizarre.
It's bizarre.
It's a little bizarre.
It's like-
he was a transcendentalist, a naturalist. He's talking about stream, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Read it or something.
Okay. All right. I'll try it out. Okay. So this was produced by Ari Burns, who you told me is a multi-instrumentalist, but mainly like a trumpet player.
Yes, he's a trumpeter.
Oh.
Is the term.
I like that.
I don't think anyone uses that term.
I like it. It's like
That's what
old school.
I want to hear that more. Trumpeter.
Yeah.
Trumpeter.
It feels like, you're standing on some shit.
Right.
Yeah,
You're standing on
like,
that shit.
I play that shit.
Yeah, like I'm really out here.
Yeah, I play the trumpet.
But no, he plays the trumpet, and he's amazing. I met him through 7K. That's the homie. He's on Jim's Back to Back on this project.
That's the only feature? Or there's Blake Davis is on the last one.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a couple features. This gentleman, AG, who's a friend of Ari's, who sings on. What the hell is that song called?
No, it's your song.
It's called "Wait for You."
Okay.
He sings on that one, and Blake Davis is on the end
Okay.
after tax. But yes, he's the only 7,000 is the only rapper.
Okay.
He's amazing. He introduced me to Ari, and we just kind of hit it off. Like I really liked what he was making at that time. It was the summer. I had just got back from a trip from LA, and I was like really inspired and charged to write some raps. I was like, oh, I want to rap. You know, it's been when I get inspired to rap, I have to do it.
No,
because
that's real.
I can honestly say I'm not always inspired to rap.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what happened. And Ari was ready. He's from Dallas, and I think he was ready to he wanted to show people in Chicago his music too. And I think this was a dope opportunity. We just met each other. It was like perfect.
He has the same name as Eddie. That's why I was like, is he
Yeah, and the same
related?
name as me.
Ari. Qari. Oh, God. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But, so I thought maybe they were related. Or
A
like
lot of
in my
people think that
head.
they're related,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no,
yeah.
they're not.
Not at all.
Eddie's
Yeah.
white and Ari's
Okay,
black.
okay.
Not that they can't be related, if that was the case, but
Yeah, yeah. What is special about working with one producer?
Yeah, I think there's like a special feedback loop
Yeah.
of information that happens that can like make the music, more potent. Mm-hmm. I think there's like a chemistry that just happens naturally. I look down a lot. I don't know why. Like it's where I pull my thoughts from the group.
You're good.
I think it's weird. Yeah, I'm like really awkward on camera, so forgive me.
You're doing great.
But yeah, working with one person is easy.
Yeah.
Like I can get work done that way. I can compile. I make a lot of music.
Y'all really lock in.
Yeah, it's sometimes hard, and like it's hard to piece together other producers' music.
What do you mean?
Like I think maybe I have like a specific sound or something, and the producers who work with me, they all do different things, and if I'm trying to I guess I don't try enough to bring all of their different sounds together on one project. Like have a project where multiple producers are on it, but it seems kind of like the cohesiveness of it.
Oh, I enjoy it. I think that's fine. I mean, and it's cool to me that you can make a project with Lotto, who's in a completely different lane.
Yeah.
And then you can make a project with Ari Burns, who is also.
Yeah.
And
it's like really just my curiosity and like my quest to express how I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to do some more 808 driven shit. Sometimes I'll be like, damn, I don't.
Yeah.
That's not a note to Lotto at all. That's like in general. I mean,
yeah.
When Lotto makes raw boom bap shit too.
Huh?
Lotto makes boom bap shit too. He just don't put it out that much.
But you don't really. Do you be rapping over boom bap?
I think so. Maybe. And I maybe not for real. I don't think boom bap is not a thing for real right now, but that's kind of like the core of it. I think.
No, true. When did you record this, son?
This was all recorded summer 2024.
Oh, okay. So recent. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you put it out quick.
Yeah. I'm trying to get better at that because I have a lot of music.
Who's that? Oh, okay.
That's funny.
There you go.
I have a lot of music just that that I've never put out. So.
Well, I know that you are sitting on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I am. I'm still working on it. It's not like I'm just all this music's done and ready.
Well,
ready
you
to
said
go.
you got high and announced another project. So
yeah. I tend to do that.
It's okay. We're all ready.
Yeah. I have. So I do. It's partially there's being sat on because work schedules and trying to get progress made.
Yeah.
On it, but I have a project that I'm working on with Green Slime.
Fire.
I have a project that I'm working on with Silas.
Fire.
I have a couple other projects. Oh, me and Freddie started making music. We made we made a few songs. So trying to do stuff with that. There's I can kind of keep going and so it's I have these projects that So Operation Hennessy 2? You know, that's
like one of my favorite projects from
yeah,
you.
for sure, definitely
Yeah.
Operation Hennessy too. But like, I wanted to change the name of it.
Oh, it's fine.
But
That was very evocative of that time because we was all turned off Hennessy.
That's funny.
It was like a good 2 or 3 years.
I've never drunk. I don't even drink Hennessy.
What?
Yeah, I don't.
Like
drink
you never
Hennessy.
drank it?
I never drink.
Come on,
Hennessy.
Qari. You know what I'm talking about? No. You do know what I'm talking about? No. Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I was drunk off Hennessy.
Yeah, you were drunk off Hennessy. That's okay. Though.
I was not the only one. All of Eastroom was drunk off Hennessy.
Yeah, y'all were deviants.
Truly.
Yeah, I think during. I mean, I'm a like I like my tequila. Like
No, I agree. I've retired the brown liquor for the most part. No, but Silas Short, Green Slime, both are fire.
Oh yes, we were gonna do. You know, I'm excited about that for sure. But yeah, I'll have these projects, and so figuring out how to put them out is always the thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it makes you just want to put it all out anyway and say fuck it, like just dump a bunch of music on the internet. But
yeah.
Apparently people don't like that. Some people do. I don't know.
Yeah, I could see how people wouldn't like that. You gotta give it some room to breathe. No?
Yeah,
okay.
I don't know.
You're saying no. Okay. Well, we don't have to agree.
Yeah, no, you might be right though, because like it feels like music can be saturated, right? So,
oh yeah.
So figuring out how to, you know, make it exciting or captivating for people can be a thought that comes in, but like naturally the type of person I am.
No, I see.
Is like always like trying to.
Yeah.
You know, like fuck that shit, you know, which doesn't help.
yeah. We're taking another music break. This is also from Can't Hide Inside, Ain't Gonna Fall.
You're all in love. Weird places, the sensation. Rinse niggas, dishwasher, Macintosh, Prince vinyl. Niggas wash, spin cycle, living spiteful. The shit I spit is like the Bible. Ripples is title, with little disciples, little to decipher. It's right in front of your eye holes, just open wider. Fuck your whole empire, we gon' open fire. Shit is like the Bible, but I'm no Messiah. No Ghost Rider, I'm glowing like I'm on fire. It flew the flow out like coronavirus. Osiris, wrote it on papyrus. Smoke the fire is, it's loud like sirens is. I'm from the west side where the violence is. Shit is under my Orions, do the science kid. You know the saying, how you die is how you live. I got a lot of friends, ain't afraid to lose a few. Got the juice, but this ain't pockets, Qari with a Q. Yeah, I know how to shoot, that's why I was a top recruit. Red blues, this is not a cruise, we just yachting through. It's not a lot of. Hey, cinephile, I'm trying to make a movie like Tubi. Rockin' Subi at the base of Mount Fuji. Migration, meditation, my entire life is like a vacation. I wrote this while my mom was racing at the train station, but don't be mistaken, I wasn't waiting for the L, I was staking. When I like the L, it's time to detonate, the target reaches destination. That mean it's really time to play. I mean it's really time to blaze shit. I gotta play this way and get a proper education. I'm with the same crooks I was raised with. No halfway shit, real 12 gauge shit. Me, I've been a sage since. Oh shit, look at that bitch, she wearing K-Swiss. Since my pop was selling Tay-Swift, I know about Stevie Nicks, though I was born in 96. I'ma make these naysayers sick. Ha 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 ha, ha ha ha. Hide the high, can't hide the high, can't hide inside. Can't hide your hands, can't hide your hands, can't hide your face, can't hide your place, can't hide inside. Ha 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 ha.
We just heard Qari's song Hi Hi. Yeah, I think like your introspectiveness is what I appreciate the most, just because like it feels relatable, you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
Because it's not necessarily like I know what you're talking about in the relatable in that way, but relatable in the way that like I'm also a writer, so and my brain also be like in overdrive. So when you're like rapping like that, I'm like,
oh yeah, like
that's like how my brain works too.
Yeah.
But it's just not on wax.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny, like it's hard to be free in general, and I seek that in my music. So I think I do kind of, I don't expect people to understand exactly what I'm talking about all the time. It's cool if you can, like, visualize.
But that's not the point, I feel like. Like, for some artists, that's the point. Like, I want you to be relatable in that way, so, like, I can connect with you. But that's not necessarily, like, how I feel.
Sometimes I can't make up something to relate to somebody.
Oh no.
You know, I think
that's
like,
inauthentic, and that's not you.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna like express myself, and this is the way I can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do you feel free when you? Because you just said something about feeling free.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like, yeah, absolutely.
When you make music.
Yeah, and like in a human way. Like I just also feel human, and I think there's something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Can't Hide Inside though. Tell me more.
Can't Hide
about
Inside.
The title.
Can't Hide Inside, huh?
I mean, I remember. So I went to your talk, or when you did the album listening at Miyagi Records, and that like really did strike me. Can't Hide Inside, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like this year, for me personally, is the year I'm like more authentically myself and like show people more of me.
Okay.
You know.
So
like, that's kind of like what I took from the title. No, what you said. I think I took a clip I posted like, you got to pop out and show.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was kind of like what it was. Yeah. I think it was like that for me. Like I wanted to. Yeah. Get this stuff out. Like why. You know. I was pushing myself in that direction. I think I had some sort of revelation last summer. And it's like, yeah, if we have the means to, you know, put something out that is authentic and true to ourselves as artists, and just as people, can't hide inside. You can't hide inside. You just can't.
Yeah.
Like, there's like, you know, truth is out there. Truth is out there, man.
My friend told me that there are aliens in the ocean, and I was like, that's crazy.
I'm fucking with that.
Yeah,
like,
I am kind of fucking with it too.
Yeah, I feel like aliens have had to have been.
But why didn't they save that fish that came to the top that died? You know, that like, y'all saw that video of like that like super deep water fish that like swam up?
No.
Like, yeah.
Like real life?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like that movie that.
No, it's right. I saw it on TikTok.
Like,
it was like one of those deep water fishes that swam to the top. I'm like, why the aliens didn't save it?
No,
it died.
The aliens aren't here to save us. That's not like.
I mean, it's the fish, not us.
Oh, I feel like if the aliens are here, they're just trying to like gather some info or like.
No, I know.
Or just like on vacation, like see what's up. Like maybe
on vacation
maybe
is
we're not that important, you know.
No, we're definitely not. We're absolutely not.
They probably got technology.
They're probably laughing at us.
Yeah, they just pop out. And see like what's going on.
We're like a TV show.
What are these guys doing?
Yeah,
you know?
They're on bullshit.
Like what is wow.
Since the beginning of time.
Absolutely. So yeah, can't hide inside. Yeah, nah. You know, sometimes I was thinking about it. And I was like, maybe I, you know, it was like working title that stuck and felt right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a thought that occurred. Like, okay, yeah, let's get out there. Let's put ourselves out there.
But like, what kind of headspace were you in last summer? I feel like you were going to LA a lot, right?
No, I was just there for a long time.
Oh, okay.
The headspace I was in was I really wanted to rap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really wanted to rap, and I hadn't felt that way in a while. I hadn't felt.
What changed?
Getting out of Chicago for a little bit. Yeah. I've been here forever, so.
Yeah.
It's like being married, you know, every day.
That's crazy.
Yeah, seriously, it's like okay.
That's crazy.
It's like I think we should see other people. We can stay married. We're still married.
It's giving open relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Poly.
Me and Chicago are.
But ethically non-monogamous. I'm sorry.
Me and Chicago are ethically non-monogamous. Yes, I don't mind some time outside, and I travel well.
Yeah.
I enjoy myself as a creative. Like I'm inspired by information.
Yes.
You know, so if I'm just being like seeing, you know, having the same.
Even like going places and just like visually like, you know, gathering information about a place. You know what I mean? Like just feeling. Different environment.
100%.
Just the vibe, the air.
Absolutely.
Surroundings, yeah.
100%.
We were talking about how we first met, which is almost 10 years ago this summer. This summer is 10 years. Mm-hmm. And and I was saying you were not fucking with me and then you were telling me why, and I was like,
I was asking why you thought I didn't fuck with you.
Because you just know when somebody's not fucking with you. First of all, you literally didn't look in my direction, didn't speak to me. So off rip, like that's giving you're not fucking with me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Interesting. I don't remember this. How old was I?
A child. How old are you now?
I'm 28 now.
Okay, so you were 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said summer 2015.
Yeah, when we
Summer
drove to
2015.
New York.
Right. Okay, my birthday is in June, so like I was either 18 or 19.
Yeah. No, but what you said that was interesting is that you weren't fucking with the institution. So I was representative of which is hilarious.
Yeah. I thought you represented like, if it was like the Matrix, I was like, is she an agent? Like what's she here writing about? I don't know.
I was just on some Almost Famous shit. Like that was
That's
my Almost
fun.
Famous.
My homie was always like, you should watch that movie at that time, and
Yeah.
I hadn't watched it, and then I watched it after I had a bunch of Almost Famous ass situations happen to me. I was like, good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't personal.
No, I didn't think.
was,
Well, I probably did think it was personal because I was also very young. So I just took everything personally.
But we always managed to have a decent relationship. Even
after a certain point, I was like, okay, you're gonna have to start talking to me. At some point, we started being friendly.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's what it was, man. And also, I was a teenager, and at that time, people come and they go. They're here to see a spectacle, and I was very adamant about we're not a spectacle. We are real people. We're an artist.
I know
we're
that.
artists, and
I know that
we're actually really like going through a lot of shit right now. So having other people here trying to like write about our lives or whatever, is intrusive.
Oh
but it might have just been cool. Oh, you were working with the 100?
It was for the 100.
It was for the 100s.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. I was being a little.
But I was
awesome.
living in New York, so I didn't even really know any of y'all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you didn't know us.
I only knew John Quavo. Yeah. You good?
I thought you were gonna say John Wall, and I was like, oh.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
But how do you feel about the institution now? I don't even know what of the institution I represented, but
for
like
me,
the music industry.
Maybe, because like for me, the music industry is flooded with these like college kids and shit to me, and I'm like,
Still?
maybe I don't
Okay.
know. Y'all getting jobs?
said
I was like, y'all
maybe.
get jobs and shit. Like we're out here struggling to like get to these
Yeah.
places. We have to talk to you. You suck. You're not anyone
No,
we
that's
want
real.
to talk to. It's always like, and I was confused as a child. So anyone who didn't feel like they were from the same ilk as me, it like represented some form of like I'm on a different path. And I'm trying to get there.
That's real.
A certain way, arrogant.
I mean, I understand being distrustful of.
Yeah,
new
anyone who was like
people.
too clean, you were like clean.
What do you mean?
We were like dirty boys.
I mean, yes, I'm a girl. Like, I think we're just inherently cleaner.
We're like, let's close the door.
Yo, core memory is I remember we got into New York and y'all were like, there are no alleys here? And like, literally, y'all talked about this for 30 minutes. There was no
okay, don't make it
alleys.
sound like primitive Chicago.
You really talked about this for OD amount of
We were
time.
perplexed because like, what are y'all doing
With the garbage?
With the garbage.
Where,
Other
You put them on the sidewalk.
different systems.
Yeah, no, it was I was like,
It was
it's a
bizarre.
very interesting thing to focus
It was
on.
also like, where do you run from the police? Like, where do you
Wow,
where do you
I
do
didn't think
illicit
about that.
activities?
True.
You can't,
Where do you pee?
You can't.
Outside.
It's like but I also need to note that I was only going to Brooklyn. Like anytime I went to New York, I never stepped foot
You
outside.
had been to New York before at that point.
No.
Oh, that was your first time.
That was my first time, I believe, when we did SOBs.
Yeah.
I think that was my first time.
Yeah.
I think. And, I was always in Brooklyn. And I would go to Manhattan. That's it.
Yeah.
Even to this day, I haven't spent a night resting my head outside of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
My heart's with Brooklyn.
Oh, good Lord.
Brooklyn, baby.
Please. Literal super Chicagoan.
Right. That's funny as hell.
No, I remember that show was really fire, though. I remember Saba performing Symmetry before it had come out, and it was a completely different version, but that song was so good. And I remember seeing Hurt Everybody, and I was like,
that was a
I
fun
never
show.
heard of
Chelsea Reject was in that piece. Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's
rest
where I
in
met.
peace for sure.
That's where I met Chelsea. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's where I met Chelsea.
That's
Reject.
wild.
Yeah.
That's really sad.
That was a great show.
Yeah,
I played
it was a great
SOBs.
show.
I was 18 or 19 or whatever.
You were like having the time of your life.
I was chilling. I was having a great time. We were
trying to find the only alley in New
trying
York
to find
City.
an alley to piss in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. No Name was supposed to play that show.
That's why I was there though, because I took her spot in the van.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No Name would have changed the course of our lives if she was in the band. If she was in the van with us. No offense to your presence was truly.
It's fine. I'm
wonderful.
not offended.
But that when I play back that memory, I'm like, No Name would have killed us or something. Like, so she wouldn't have survived with us in the fucking van, being who we were.
Yeah. Stinky boys.
Who are you for having to be in a van with us for that long?
I mean, I didn't have to drive, so, John drove the whole time there and back.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that.
No one drove? No one offered?
No, and Saba was sitting in the front. Saba also wasn't fucking with me.
Wait, we all drove
funny.
together?
Yeah, in that van.
What the fuck? There was one van the whole time?
Yeah, it was like one of those Sprinter vans. Or whatever.
Dude. Oh, wow.
Oh, you blacked that out.
No, there's so many memories from like these times that I have super blurry on. I watched Tales of the Tour Bus. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
Really good show. Mike Judge created it. King of the Hill.
Oh, okay.
He animates these interviews that he does with artists and people who are.
Oh, cool.
He does one with George Clinton, Bootsy. He does a Bootsy Collins one.
Wow, that's awesome.
Bootsy just says outright, like, we did a lot of drugs, man. Like, so, like, some of these memories,
No, that's real talk, yeah.
I'm not saying that's what we were doing, but yeah, blurry memories.
I mean, it was 10 years ago, Here's some more music. This is Kings.
Hey, spirits kindred the drip. Send a riff, chillin' in some fifth dimensional drip. Cook niggas like little and grits. You walk around looking like the Grinch, like you tryna run off with my shit. A plateau with no runoff where I live. Take the summers off till I think my number's off. A smidge, what's the protocol? Gotta keep a number 2 when you the one to call. Still becoming him under the bridge, but I ain't wanna call. Cannibalism with underdog, eat underdog. Who you fighting for? If it was war, I can't be one of y'all. Who you fighting with? Is that your bitch or that's your brother, dog? I see niggas snakes, soon as they wake up, I'ma cut them off. Tryna pull my card, I'ma pull up with a catalog. Was a caterpillar, but I'm flying in a cannonball. Shit death define how you lying where you standing at. And giving back the way you living at, I'm not a fan of that. You see all my rings, they say we used to be kings, can you believe? I'm sounding like a sheik. Niggas a sheep. Niggas, wait. Can you believe? They say we used to be. Not something you see often. You probably see me coughing, smoke blossoms, playing possum. The car got no exhaustion. I can't sit in no office, that shit exhausting. No offense, I'm just incongruent with boxes. Oxtail option, concoction. The type of time I'm on, I need like 3 watches. Gotta watch it, can't clock it. I kick 16s like a prophet. The kicks cost 16, stop it. Come on, stop it. Stupid ass nigga. Illiterate ass nigga.
Fire and ferns, watch it burn. You could learn that the last with a furious glow. Now what's in the past, head sting like a perm. Give it a pad, cornrows the most protective for caps. I run labs, slapping slabs, sharpen gems back to back.
We just heard Gems back to back. This is all of your music.
Yeah.
A
lot of Qari music this hour.
It's just all Qari, back to back to back to back to back.
Oh, okay. Killing it.
So, Can't Hide Inside has less features than Stronghold.
Yeah, that wasn't like a conscious thing.
Okay.
I tend to like work with people like who are the homies.
Yeah.
Who's available, who wants to rap. 7K was the only nigga who wanted to rap. Apparently. But yeah, no.
I like an album with less to no features.
I think me too. I don't mind it. I think maybe I want to do that more. Like I should rap more. I'd be like, I'm a one verse. I'll spit a verse and be like, I'm done with this song.
Well, also like some of your songs are shorter, which I just like. Maybe like, I don't know if it's now, our attention span, but I just also, because I feel like shorter songs, you just get to the point.
Yeah, for me, it's like you start drawing something and like you don't finish the page and ball it up, throw it in the trash.
Yeah. But I just feel like I like less features because I like to hear the artists I'm here to hear.
Right.
Because sometimes they just put so many features on it.
Artists I'm here to hear.
Right.
Artists I'm
Did
here
you
to
like that?
hear. I like that.
I'd be spitting
Spit
lately,
that
just
shit,
lately,
for
just
sure.
lately,
So
just a
that's
little
the
bit.
poetry.
Something slight. There you go. But I feel like Stronghold had like these bigger, like Twista, you know. That was a big feature.
Dude, shout out Twisted. Twisted's
Yeah.
great.
I mean, y'all have done songs before, right?
Yeah.
That Mick Jenkins song?
Yes.
with-
We just heard everybody's song.
That song, actually, that's probably, that's like my top 5 song, I feel like.
That's a great song.
What's it called? Location. It's called
It's called Stay Awake.
Stay Awake.
Smash hit single.
That shit was fire.
Smash hit single written by Super Boy Wonder. He's great.
Superboy
Super Boy
Wonder.
Wonder.
Yeah, nice.
No, yeah, that's a fucking good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Twister. He's always been really supportive of.
Aside, though.
So fun fact is my rap name used to be Carl, and
It
yeah, my rap name
did.
used to be Carl
With a C.
and Twister's real name is Carl.
Oh, go crazy.
Yeah, and one day he randomly called me, and I was really randomly.
Like recently or like?
No, this is when I was like a teenager.
Oh, okay.
He just called me. I was on the west side of my mama's house just chilling, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and he was like, "What's up, man? I just want to talk to you." He's like, "You know my name's Carl too?" And I was like, "Oh."
Y'all bonded.
Yeah, we bonded, man. And he's like, "I just want you to keep doing what you're doing," you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's so nice. He's like always been the nicest dude. So like, we've always had like a little bit of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was working at Dark Matter Coffee,
Mm.
and I was sweeping the floor. And I had this moment. I was like, "Fuck this!" I was like,
That's real.
I had this song that I had been sitting on. It was "Skips My Lou," and I didn't like it. Something about it, I wasn't like eager to put it out.
Yeah.
But I always heard Twista on it. Like I always like and I had a homegirl who really loved that song. She's like, "What you doing with that song? What you doing with that song?" And I was like, you know what? I sent it to Twista, and he was like, "I love it."
Aw,
And
that's fire.
He's like, "I got you," and I was like, I was like, cool. You know, when people say they got you in a rap song, I'm like, oh, cool. You know, I'm not expecting a verse all the time because shit happens. But
Right.
he texted me back a week later and was like, "I still got you. Like, I fuck with this shit." And I'm like, oh, like,
There you
okay,
go.
cool. And then he sent me the verse. And I was like, yo, he's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Like, he
he's
killed that
nuts.
shit. And it's funny,
Yeah.
he mentions like something about an Atari and a PlayStation 5. And it's funny you brought him up. He texted me like 2 days ago, like a photo of an Atari and a PlayStation 5 next to each other.
He still has an Atari.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And a PlayStation 5, and he has them like stationed. Like,
Well,
and
now
he's
we're
like-
on like PlayStation 72, right, or something.
No, we're on PlayStation 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're such a
Whatever.
girl. That's some girl shit.
That's the one thing I never got into was video games. Like,
Yeah. It's okay. That's cool.
it's fine. I mean, I can't like everything. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
leave it for other people.
Video games are really fun though. I feel like
No,
I feel like
I have a Switch.
we're both nerds. That's another thing we've bonded on. Oh,
I'm just kidding.
now it's just like, okay, cool. Leave me out. I'm just a nerd. I'm the only nerd here. I don't know. Whatever.
No, being a nerd is cool now.
But right now.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's okay.
but
I'm
yeah,
a nerd.
Video games are for us.
Yeah, I mean, I just like grew up with my brother and my cousins, like playing video games for hours,
Right.
and I would just be like,
And those video games were like celebrity deathmatch and wrestling and like skateboarding.
yeah, I don't even
and
remember
shit.
what they played.
A lot of
but
video games were marketed to boys because they were boys played them. You know,
Yeah.
they weren't really. You know.
But like, I have a lot of other friends who play like Super Mario. I just like never played it, you know?
I was gonna say Japan seems to have like not giving a shit. They like have a bunch of girly games.
Oh, damn.
Japan
Girly
with the
games.
games.
Not you reinforcing gender stereotypes.
Okay, like I'm speaking in early 2000s.
I'm talking shit.
I went to the record store and this guy was like, I was like, when was this record made? He's like the early aughts, and I'm like, oh, I'm not like.
I love that.
I thought I was like literary, and apparently
No,
I'm
you
not.
you don't say early aughts.
I don't say early aughts,
Bro, it's a good one.
Yeah, apparently so. You know, apparently that's what the thing now. So
It's been the thing. You're late.
I'm late.
Yeah, as
But,
fuck. Go read a
if
book.
I'm speaking
jeez.
in early aughts, then we say things that you can't say now.
Yeah, true. There are a lot of sonic differences between Stronghold and Can't Hide Inside.
Yes.
That one is very much more melodic. This one I feel like is like Can't Hide Inside is like your lane, like when you rap.
Oh,
Your
okay.
rapping ass lane.
Yeah, I like that.
You're
That's
barred
what it
up.
was. Like
You're
Stronghold.
barred up.
Stronghold was I was like in my songwriter bag. The
Yeah.
real lore is that I worked at a restaurant called a Vec, Mediterranean restaurant. You ever been there? Mm-mm. I worked at a Vec in the West Loop. You know, there was like it's one of the best restaurants in the city. You know, Robert Plant pulled up one day, And I was supposed to put the food on the table, but the owner was like, "I'll take that."
Okay.
Like, okay, dude. Like, fuck you. But I get it. He wanted to meet Robert Plant. No, I was working there, and they would always play like Saba, Smino, No Name, Raven Lenae, Steve Lacy, and I'm like, man, they playing no Qari in this motherfucker, Joe. Like, you know, it's like, what's up with that? So it's like, it wasn't like I was hating on them. I was just like, I was like, I want to make a record that they would play in here, you know.
Yeah.
Subconsciously, that's like what I was thinking, but it wasn't about them. It wasn't about that space. I just felt like that space represented a place. This is pre-COVID too, so I started writing that record in 2018.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like that record.
What is that, like your debut album, or what do you consider it?
I don't know.
Yeah. You put out projects before. I mean, Space Jam came out in 2017.
It was the first time that I went on a process and a journey like that, you know, where I was like constructing a product.
Yeah.
For lack of better words, you know, like I really was working on that. And COVID really came at a poor time for me when I was working on that record. I was really, really excited about that project. And I was so excited to put it. It was like done. It was like almost done, you know, by 2020. And 2020 was like a year that I really had planned on. You know, I was really energized behind that, and I felt like the music felt good at that time, and I was excited. And then COVID happened, so now I wasn't able to put it out until 2022.
Why? Why take that long?
And a lot of things changed.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it took long because the
shit was shut down for like really a year.
Yeah, we had a fucking quarantine that people like to forget about, and you know, a lot of people. That was like it was like a dark ages for musicians.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah.
Except for the like Jacob Colliers and shit who just make orchestras in their bedrooms and you know, like chilling. No shade to Jacob Collier, but yes.
No,
you know, I was depressed and shit, and trying to figure out my life. I have a 10-year-old daughter. You know? Like, I was figuring out what are we gonna do. You know. So anyway. So yes, different headspace entirely. You know.
How did you like re-enter that to put it out? You know, were the songs already done?
I have a long history with losing things and losing music and losing momentum and losing energy. So it was nothing, you know. It was like, well, I don't want to not put this record out because we poured a lot of time, energy into it. We love the music, and it was kind of like the show must go on moment. For me, you know.
You had to like make yourself kind of push yourself.
A little bit. It came naturally, but it was like, let's do this. You know.
Yeah.
Let's, you know, these records are good. Let's put this stuff out. Like, why would I not put the music out?
Yeah.
I did want to, you know, it's interesting. Like, you know, if I could go back, like, I would have worked on a different record to like with Eddie. Like, I would have just kind of hit the drawing board. But after COVID, him and I were in two different
Eddie Burns.
We were always in two different states, which because he was touring with Claro. Like, for the first half of the record was made. He made it like in Japan. Like
so he produced it, or
Eddie Burns produced that entirely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and a lot of those beats were made while he was touring with Claro. We couldn't even be in the same room, which became kind of like a part of the music. Like, okay, we are sending each other music from across the world, you know.
Yeah.
And like he'll send me a beat, and I'll send him a verse back, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, makes another beat." I'm sure. I don't know if he said "yeah, fuck yeah" like that, but that's.
I mean, I bet he did. It's Eddie. I bet he did.
You know, but yeah, so we'd, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
is that different than your normal? I mean, are you usually like in the room when they're making the beat? Like, what's your normal process?
Historically, I liked it to be like a physical relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we, you know.
So like for Ari Burns, you were in the room while he was making the beats. Were you like writing while he already had beats made, or like?
Those we made. Jim's Back to Back was the first song we made. He had made that beat, and me and 7K just worked on that song together. And then all the rest of the beats he had made, I think, after that.
Okay.
Yeah, there might have been like one or two that he had already. Yeah, that he had already. I was like, okay, but half of it at least.
Yeah.
The last song is the last song we made, like right a couple weeks or maybe like a month before we dropped the project.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know that Eddie produced the whole Stronghold. So now that you say that, I understand why it sounds like that.
Absolutely. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like the thing when you say working with a producer
Yeah.
is you get a cohesive sound.
Yeah,
You know?
and that is definitely like more of his lane
Mm-hmm.
sonically. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
I think you can totally tell. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like you on your introspective lo-fi rap shit, but
I'm gonna say I like 5 more times. I
just preparing us. Yeah,
I love hip hop. Like those are my roots. I grew up with real underground ass hip hop dudes around me.
yeah. I mean, you call yourself a hip hop artist and not a rapper. Is there like a designation for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm concerned with what hip hop is, you know, what it means and how we expand those boundaries of the genre and how we keep the genre alive. You know? And I love it, and it also is my culture. It's like my people's music.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
It's a totally absolutely.
yeah. And there's like a 3-year gap almost between Stronghold and your new project.
Yeah, I think after I dropped the last project, you know, it just made me, you know, I got some music out.
Yeah, you had a bunch of singles.
It was a lot, you know, when you think about like, okay, 2018 to 2022, a pandemic, you know, it was a lot to just get from start to finish with that one. And I just kind of wanted to step back and think about what I was feeling with music, what am I trying to put into the music and what am I trying to say?
Yeah.
You know, Stronghold was like about, you know, something. It was about what I was going through at that time. I was saying, you know, I was speaking to some things that were weighing on me emotionally. You know? Just figuring out what space I was in. You know?
Yeah.
So it had taken time for me to like want to drop something. It's funny, I didn't realize it. Like, okay, it's been 3 years since I dropped. Because I did drop the singles, but I hadn't dropped the project, you know.
I hadn't really realized that either because you were like dropping songs in between, you know.
Yeah, time is funny, you know, with the internet and how much other people drop.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
just
it
don't
feels
even
like,
realize.
do I need to drop? Like, if other people, you know, there's other shit going on.
Yes, you do need to drop.
I appreciate that. Yeah, man, yeah, I should. You know, and I think I told myself, I really was treating Can't Hide Inside as like, this is kind of like a, you know.
Reintroduction?
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is a taste of something to come, you know. I intend to put out more music.
Well, I mean, everything you have going on sounds good. So
Thank you.
I look forward
appreciate
to
that.
it.
I'm really excited about some music I have.
Yeah, it's great to hear. We're taking another break. This is Wait For You.
I'll be right here waiting. To the stars and the light, no matter the price. Saw the guard around your heart made of ice, I carry the light. See your dog in the fight, but the bark ain't matching the bite. My garage full of drive, no car, and I be alright. I sabotage your whole life without grabbing the mic. Turn them all to, cause it's the shit they don't like. But I be obviously trying to keep the peace. They think I'm nice, like it's impossible for me to reach beneath and keep a slice. If only God knows who the enemy could be, then who am I? The question is why I choose love most of the time. My necklace shine, you see me, you see doves fly. I'm disgusted by the mother God's disguise. Ew. Yuck. Hey, who you grew into ain't got nothing to do with the bruise. Naps curling the hula hoops, handshakes bulletproof. Loyalty you don't buy into. Double edge stuck inside of you. The solitude, not a solid move. You gotta prove you a solid dude. Tryna moonwalk, we don't really rock with you. Dog whistle, the song when the dark hits you. Scar tissue, the trust unofficial. Superficial, her issue with a curvature like earth niggas worship her. Serving the thirst in her from the first sipper. Affect ripples, can't expect simple for complex issues. The rest is the blues. Out west where I blew, My quest wasn't through, I was blessed with the moves, thinking less been the rules. The rest they confused while the weapons improve. More lies, normalize death in the news. They desperate for views. You get 5 putting 2 and 2.
We just heard another Qari song, After Tax. Like I said, back to back to back
Back to back.
to back. Only
More
you.
Qari music. It doesn't end.
Qari starring Qari. So you started sharing some of your writing online on your website. How is that different than sharing, writing for your songs? Or
Yeah, because I think it adds context to how my mind works in a way where, like, if you do listen to the music, then you can kind of just see what I'm thinking on a general basis or why I would say some of the things I say in my music. But beyond that, it's just like I think my need to express myself and like get it out there because I think people could benefit from like seeing a perspective that feels close to their own.
yeah.
Like, maybe it's like it's also me just like hoping I'm not alone, in these thoughts.
Yeah.
So,
It's interesting. I mean, just as a writer, like looking at your writing on the page, it's like how I imagine it is, like when you're rapping it, because you'll have like single lines with spaces in between. Then you have like a paragraph,
Yeah.
of just like a bunch of thoughts.
Yeah, that format is definitely something that comes from how I write
Yeah.
when I'm writing my raps.
Yeah.
I have like thousands of notes in my phone, and that's a similarity to them. The format I think is interesting.
Yeah.
Because
It's more like prose.
yeah, because it's not conscious when it's happening, but then I look back at this like clumped.
Yeah.
And then
But it's also visually interesting.
also yeah, it looks cool in the notes. I thought it would be cool to like release more of my notes, like half thought out raps. I think it would be cool to see that.
It's fun.
But also it could be boring. Who knows?
It's not boring. Does it feel more vulnerable to share your writing in that way?
Yeah, there's a few writers where I was like, I shouldn't put this out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like different. It's like saying it over music because like I feel like I'm not saying like the beat is distracting, but sometimes you're like whoever's listening, you're listening to the music. You don't really pay attention to what's saying, but like just the words is
I think
it's like naked.
I think there's a voice that I have that maybe I don't need music or to even be heard.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
I appreciate that. I didn't realize how grim that sounded. I didn't mean it like that.
no, you're good. You're good.
No one needs me,
Oh, good
I'm
lord.
joshing.
Oh, you're joshing.
Yeah,
That's a throwback.
So I said a lot of my close friends know I say that all the time, but when I just said it
Literally like
on a
2000.
public forum, and I'm like, oh wait, it's 2025.
I have literally haven't heard somebody say it since like 2004.
I say that shit all the time.
I'm just joshing. Yeah. Just joshing.
Like I said,
yeah.
I'm a nerd. Let's not overthink. I'm gonna get self-conscious while we're.
Oh no. Okay.
It's
I'm
okay.
just kidding. Okay. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to my daughter growing in these times. She's 10 now. She's getting older. I'm excited to hear her take on everything.
She's so grown.
She's
10.
a big girl. She's
Yeah.
a big girl. I'm excited to keep exploring this mysterious world and keep making music, keep trying to make sense of it all. I'm excited to explore new mediums. I'm trying to like get into film or like
Yeah.
film more.
Well, you have that whole song about like cinephile, isn't that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make a movie like Tubi. Yeah.
Are you? Maybe a little better than Tubi.
I love Tubi.
Do you? I haven't really
I fuck with Tubi. There's been multiple times where I couldn't find a movie and that shit was on Tubi.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
absolutely.
gonna check it out.
I watched one of the best movies I've seen in recent times. Actually, I saw on Tubi.
Was it a Tubi movie?
It,
Like, was it made for? Do they make movies?
I don't. Who the fuck is Tubi? Who
I have no
owns
idea.
Tubi?
I don't know. It's free now.
They're aliens.
It's
Oh,
it is.
what
It's
the
the aliens in the ocean.
fuck?
We figured
can
it
you
out.
hear me? Is this too much? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Sorry, but yeah, I watched this movie called The Killing of Two Lovers.
That sounds intense.
It's one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen.
Okay.
And it was on Tubi. Check it out on Tubi. Free Tubi.
You're a Tubi.
Blasting Tubi.
You're a Tubi brand ambassador now.
I'm a Tubi type of guy.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I'm interested in that. I'm just I'm excited for life.
Well, I'm excited for Green Slime and Silas Short projects.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah, fire.
You hear that? Green Slime and Silas. Okay, sorry.
No, that was great.
No, I love them. That's like not even
Yeah,
shade.
yeah.
No, Silas lives in LA, so it's like
Yeah.
hard. And he has a record coming out with his label.
Yeah,
that,
he's fire.
Yeah, I love Silas, man.
Yeah,
He's great.
he's from Chicago, right?
He's from Milwaukee.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes. Fascinating place.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, because not a lot of people come out of Milwaukee.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Let me not get blasted. From Milwaukee, come out the trenches on me. Shout out to Violent Femmes though.
Oh, yeah, they're from Milwaukee. I didn't know that.
Milwaukee.
Oh, sick. Okay, one last song. This is Rucksack from Stronghold.
Hey, why you scared? Falling back, vagabond, shoulder back. I can't rap while the homies at. Pain like Rolling Stone, Kodak Black. I ain't been sipping no cognac. Every time they like, what's that? Heavy the weight on my rucksack. How you fit that in the I'm too bad. I'm living the fast life, ayy. You in the past life, ayy. I got a jazz tribe, ayy. She shaking that ass right, yeah. Could be your last ride. Try not to crash right. I'm trying not to crash my jet. Feel like I'm waiting for spaceships. We got it out of the basement. Send them away so they can get wavy to it. I'm looking for ways to space it. ADHD, I be spacing out. Looking all crazy now. So many hours and days to count. Can no one save me now? I don't want nobody handouts. I do the pull up. Nigga, what's up? Fuck is you saying now? Hey, nigga, what's up? Fuck is you saying now? You came up too quick. Nigga, you stuck. You in the sand now.
Thank you for joining me today, Qari, and thank you to everyone for tuning in to Something Slight on Kismet Radio. You can find me on Instagram at Young Noodle Cup. That's YUNG Noodle Cup. And where can they find you?
Chicago Qari.
Hey.
QAR. Iraq backwards. That's how you spell it. And that's also my
That's kind of
website.
crazy. I was thinking about that. What if you were from Iraq? That would be crazier.
If I was, that would be even crazier. Yeah.
And also, we just recently launched the Kismet Coffee Club and did a collab with Home Court Collective. Our drink is called the Kismet Dirty Chai, so pull up to Miyagi Records. Home Court Collective is open Thursday to Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't forget to say hi to Alex and Melissa. And please like and subscribe. Until next time.